Yeah, she likes to walk, she likes to run, and we're really proud of her. My wife is in the Iowa High School Hall of Fame for her track accomplishments and held actually several track records when she was in high school. So the big joke in college was, did I chase her or did she chase me? So I couldn't keep up with her, that's for sure. Everything Jamie said and Marcia said is true, and I just want to fill in a little bit my perspective, a guy's perspective, I guess, on all of this. This past December, I retired from my position as the lead pastor at the First Baptist Church of Goshen. So I served there for over 41 years, and so I'm tempted to do two things tonight. Number one, I'm tempted to preach, which is why Marie only gave me 5 minutes. And I'm also tempted to take an offering, but I won't do that, okay? Hold on to your wallets, all right? Let me go back, though, a little bit farther into my history. As well as being a pastor, I became a volunteer firefighter in 1977. Firefighting kept me in fairly good shape, and my weight held at about 220 pounds. When I retired in 2010, though, from the fire department, I weighed 245 pounds. After that, and now relegated basically to office-type work, being a pastor, my weight and my health began to fluctuate rather dramatically. My weight would go up and down, and at one point I actually topped 280 pounds. My health began to accumulate the effects of that: high blood pressure, low energy, arthritis, and gout attacks, back pain, sciatic pain, acid reflux, afternoon fatigue, and not sleeping well. I could go on and on and on. Before long, I was on a number of medications to help control those health issues. Desperate to lose weight, I began to try all kinds of personal diet ideas, as you mentioned earlier, Doc. Some worked, sort of, some didn't. And the results of those that did work would maybe get my weight back down to 245, but it wouldn't stay there for long. Now that I look back on it, I was probably pretty miserable too, but I just didn't know it because you get used to being miserable after a while, you know? To try and help motivate myself, and because I was embarrassed at standing before my congregation in the condition that I was in, I posted on my bathroom wall right above the scale in big letters that I'd see every day, 1 Corinthians 9:27, where the Apostle Paul says, I discipline my body and make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified. I think I had the right goal. I just needed help, a lot of help. A couple of years ago, Dr. Hutzel was recommended for shoulder and knee issues that I was having. He has treated those very well. My knee pain is basically gone, and we're making good progress on this bad bum shoulder of mine. At the time we began to see Dr. Hutzel, I weighed in at about 255 pounds. At each appointment, we sat in the waiting area. My wife already mentioned this. I'd see the ads on the monitor for Shape Reclaimed, and I wondered if it was really all that it was advertised to be. I'd see the pictures of the Shape Warriors, and I'd wonder, could I do that? Early in 2022, my weight blossomed up to over 265 pounds, and on a few occasions, like holidays, I would top 275 pounds quite easily. I really needed help. So when a Shape Reclaimed informational event was held here in May of last year, I suggested that we attend. I was encouraged and challenged, but we almost walked out of the event doing nothing. But a discount had been offered, and we stopped short of the door. We actually got to the door, stopped short of the door, turned around and decided to at least hear what Maria and Dr. Hutzel had to say. At our assessment and informational appointment, Maria and Dr. Hutzel were so understanding, caring, and encouraging. They assured us we could be healthy again, so we signed on. I set a goal of losing 50 pounds, hoping to get down to 220, where I hadn't been for many years. Getting into phase one was definitely a challenge, because we had to begin to think and eat almost entirely differently than we had been. For example, I wasn't a salad person at all before, and I abhorred tomatoes. Well, all that has changed. On the other hand, I love chocolate, right, Maria? It's my comfort food, but it was taboo early on in the diet, so out it went, and I was miserable. Old habits are hard to break. But today, I no longer crave chocolate. I love it, but I don't crave it. But it didn't take us, long to notice that the weight was beginning to drop off rather quickly, and sometimes dramatically, as my wife already said. And the checkups and the accountability with Maria, and now the doctor's hustle, were so helpful and encouraging. Except for that blinding morning sunlight coming through the east window. You got to get some blinds on that window, Doc. Okay? Anyway, as phase 1 ended and phase 2 began a few weeks ago, Maria warned us that it would be the most difficult of the 3 phases. Honestly, though, I didn't think it was anywhere as tough as the early part of phase 1. Phase 2 was a breeze for me. Well, here we are tonight, and I could go on and on and on about how Shape Reclaimed has benefited us. But let me finish by saying that I'm pleased to be able to stand before you tonight and say that this morning I weighed in at 208 pounds, over 60 pounds lighter than 9 months ago. And a full 12 pounds beyond my goal of 50 pounds when we started Shape. I'm off of all my medications, and it just really hit me a couple of weeks ago. Physically, I feel a whole lot better than I've felt in years. The pains are all basically gone. No more acid reflux. I don't get fatigued during the day, and I sleep better most nights. Shape Reclaimed, Maria, and the doctor's hustle have changed and probably lengthened my life in so many good ways. I highly recommend Shape Reclaimed for anyone who wants to look better, but more importantly, feel better about their health. Just one warning as I close. I do think that either Maria or the doctors sneak some type of shape tracking device into your body when you come in for a checkup. This was proven to me last Thursday after Marcia and I had our final phase 2 meeting with Maria and all 3 of the doctors. We decided, Marcia and I, to celebrate our discipline for almost 9 months by not being disciplined and eating lunch at Cops Commons. Eating whatever we wanted. I had a ham salad sandwich, yes, on gluten-rich bread, cheesy potato soup, applesauce, a chocolate chip cookie, and 1/2 of a really big cinnamon roll. Well, we had just sat down to eat, and who walks up to our table? Maria. I'll tell you what, when they say they'll hold you accountable for this program, they mean it.